Alright, so welcome to my channel. Welcome to the evolution or revolution. Welcome to the fifth flame. Hello, my name is Jaslyn, and this will be my new authentic channel. Now, I don't entirely know what I'm doing, but I know that I'm exactly where I need to be, and I know it's time for me to start moving. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to read for my collective, read for a collective. If you want a personal reading, you can find the link to that in my bio. I haven't made it yet, so here we go. You're coming out of a period of isolation and being in your own space. You were doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of time to kind of see where you're at and where you want to go. And you're currently on your way to becoming the High Priestess. Someone might be pregnant. Someone might be starting a garden right now. There's this feeling of birthing new life. You're in a period of your life right now where something new is birthing into your life, birthing from you. And you're a very humble being overall. Like, you do have that energy of like knowing your power, but overall you're a very humble individual. Very beautiful energy. Something about your reflection though. Maybe you're not currently sure who you see when you look in the mirror. And I'm telling you who you are. You are the High Priestess. And I think that comparison right now is just a little... It's like you're struggling between like identifying that you are that humble person. You're trying to find the balance there. And that's what you've been doing in your contemplation a bit too, is finding that balance, that in between like owning who you are, but still remaining and feeling humble in that ownership, because this is something new for you. This isn't something you've experienced before. And it's all leading to you owning your power with the High Priestess. But you have to put down your armor, the sword here in the front of the table. You have to put down your armor. And that's what's going to open that path up even more to you. It's going to streamline things. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. Make sure you're focusing on the journey every step of the way. Practice gratitude. You know, there are so many different things to be grateful for in this life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything has a place. Everything has a purpose. Nothing is innately good or bad. Things just are. They are how they are. And it's like here on earth, like we as humans like to attach all these different labels, but it's like at the end of the day, everything was created from and by our Creator. Everything was placed here with a divine purpose and reason. It's all about evolution and growing and learning about ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I mean, you know, us as a collective, us as the Creator. Like, you know, we're here. If you even want to use the word creator, even that word doesn't fit, right? There's so many different things to be grateful for, and I think it's really difficult at times. It's all about reframing your mindset, right? Like we got the 6 of Swords here. So creating boundaries where boundaries need to be set, but reframing your mindset around the things that might pop up that seem like they're holding you back, things that seem negative. Like erase the terms, like don't associate things that might seem and be perceived as bad by the normal eye, the normal brain, the logical brain. Don't allow those things to be perceived as setbacks in your own mind. That's something you need to work on right now, is retraining your brain in those ways, right? Do the reframing. You missed the bus. Okay, you were supposed to miss that bus because who knows? Some reason occurred for that. It was protecting you from getting on a bus with someone who was going to be harassing you or stealing your energy. It was keeping you from, you know, it's helping you run into this person at this time or go to this place at this time and running into this sign here. Like nothing needs to be perceived as good and bad. So make sure you're really showing up and practicing that gratitude right now. That's really going to be important in helping you. And just making sure in that same regard that you are holding your boundaries, right? Like you need to be able to adjust when it comes to knowing when you're giving too much, right? When you're being too much in your own mind about a situation. If someone's asking you for help, you can help them. But you don't need to be the person approaching everybody else. You need to have more boundaries right now at this time, especially as you're going through this transition and as you're trying to focus on really leaning into your gratitude and seeing everything as it is, as a divine gift, as a divinely led path that's leading you to your evolution, essentially. Not even essentially, to your evolution. Because we're all here to evolve and to wake up. Okay, this is me starting this channel. I don't know if I'm going to post this on my original page or if I'm posting this elsewhere. Maybe both. We'll see. Little bit about me, since this is going to be my first video like this where I'm going to start pulling cards and reading for you guys. I am still finding my voice. We'll say that first and foremost, since I'm sitting here speaking to you guys. The videos I've shared previously, I don't necessarily feel or know for certain whether or not those were given in my true form, my true context. I think that's something that's a little bit difficult for me because it requires full vulnerability, and our minds are so tricky. It's so easy to trick ourselves into thinking that we are being our true authentic selves because it's such a conditioned response that we've had within us for so long. And there's all these underlying things that, right, that all go back to self-love and learning to accept ourselves fully and completely. But for me, I think my mind was definitely tricking me. Even as I sit here, like, this feels a little bit difficult. I'm trying to not overthink the words that I'm stating and just share with you guys. And it's hilarious because the fact of the matter is, it's like I'm sitting in my house with nobody here, and yet it still feels a little strained, right? Because in our human brains, we don't want to say the wrong thing. We want to say the right thing, either or. And it's just like, we don't want to be perceived this way or that way. But at the end of the day, like, the only thing that matters is that you are enough. Like, we're all here with a divine purpose. Especially if you're on this channel, you're here with a divinely led purpose. That I know. And I may not know mine fully. Mine is starting to be revealed to me, but it's also very cloudy, and I know that that's intentional. It's become a lot more clear recently, but it's still it's still clouded. And it's just like, well, how do I start reading cards for people? Because I read for myself, sure, but I still use the book here and there. And I underestimate myself a lot and how much I actually am in tune with my own intuition. And that can be a really difficult thing to accept, because then you realize that you're standing in your own way, right? You're the one who's telling yourself that you're not ready, or that you're not good enough, or that you're not in tune enough yet, or you don't have, but the fact of the matter is, it's like we all have to start somewhere, and we all have to start eventually, whatever it is in life that we're chasing after, or following, whatever calling we're following. But yeah, I'm here to share my journey with you guys. I'm here to grow this fifth flame. And I'm here to help you get there, I guess. And me, I wanted to smoke. And I think that's something I've always been, like, ashamed of via society. If society makes you feel like you have to choose certain things to be perceived as, acceptable, especially when it comes to, like, this kind of thing, when it comes to like spiritual things or metaphysical things or whatnot. A lot of people, I feel like, get pushed back, not within the community itself, but people on the outside looking in, and they're like, oh, they're just high, and they're just, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're just high off drugs. You know what I'm saying? And so I think, like, it's always made me feel this sense of shame around it. And it's like, that's like goes against everything I believe in, as far as it goes, when it comes to like I believe in I guess you would call it a balance in a sense, but like, I believe with doing away with duality in general. Like, duality exists in different ways here, right? If we choose to see it that way, everything has an opposite, but I wouldn't necessarily say that a duality is necessary, right? Things don't have to be perceived. I mean, that's the whole thing with the duality. Duality allows things to just be, right? Because without one, the other does not exist. And so that makes it so that things just are exactly what they're meant to be, as they're meant to be. So it's wild to me that we put so many, like, even like the smallest little taboo, like societal things, like you have a freaking wedgie and you're out in public and you're not supposed to be able to pick it. It's just like, that's insane. Like, because why? It's like, my freaking underwear is going up my freaking ass, and it's like, you're telling me I can't reach back and pull it out because I'm around people? Like, so I should just suffer and be uncomfortable because everyone else is gonna think that that's weird, when everyone would do it if they're like not in public? You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's so many different small little things that are taboo. And so for me, I'm just like, you know what? No, fuck it. Like, I'm going to go ahead and have some of that. And I'm going to give my reading because it helps open and expand my mind. It helps, it's a tool, right? Like throughout cultures, throughout history, there are many different cultures that utilize different sorts of herbs and like medicines. You have ayahuasca, you have tobacco, you have mushrooms, you have like all these different things that people have utilized for like hundreds of thousands of years to aid them in their divination, right? Maybe this is just me, like, I mean, I'm like, I don't know, I'm probably preaching to the choir, I don't know, but it's just crazy to me that we put so much emphasis and so much taboo on so many different things, when the fact of the matter is like nothing is innately good or bad. Everything can be and should be incorporated, because everything is ultimately one. Everything, right? We have all these different separations when it comes to like religions and folklore and myths and goddesses and it's just all this stuff, right? And it's just like, what if it's all true? What if it's all true? Because people like to be like, oh no, that can't be real, but this can be real. No, that can't be real, but this can be real. And I think the things we tend to cling to more are religion. At least that's why religion's so like more prevalent than other things. Is because religion allows space for the logical mind, in a sense, right? Because it just makes things more concrete, and like it's just like, okay, you can just believe in that, as opposed to like something like say like the Orishas of the Yoruba religion, and it's just like people will hear some of those and they're like, oh, that's just too much. Like there can't be a goddess of this and a goddess of truth and a goddess of, but like that's just, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, it's all real. It's all real. It's all real. Oh Lord, including Jesus Christ, who recently made an introduction to me. Love that man. Okay. Everything can coexist. Everything does coexist because we are all one. There is no separation. That has been and has always been an illusion. All right. That's all I have to say. If you guys are interested in following my journey, I'm going to keep showing up here. I'll do a reading at least, I'm hearing once a day. So I'm going to say every day. I'm going to do a reading every day. And yeah, we'll see how we progress from here. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm also into getting into plant medicine. Well, I have been tinctures, teas specifically, a little bit of body care stuff, but as it pertains to divination, teas, tinctures, and just overall health, allergies, anxiety. Yeah, stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned if you're interested. If you're not interested, get the hell out of here. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, evening, night, morning, whenever it is that you're watching this video. And I will talk to you all very soon. All right. Bye.